How do you plead to count one? Attempted endangering children, felony of the 4th degree.
Guilty.
How do you plead to count two? Disseminating matter harmful to juveniles, 1st degree misdemeanor.
Guilty.
On December 1st, 2017, my aunt took me to the Odeon Concert Club to watch him perform. That night, the defendant took me backstage to be alone with him. He started kissing me, and the night ended in him having me perform oral sex on him twice.
Drake Bell explica por qué se declaró culpable de acosar a una menor siendo inocente. El actor de 37 años fue condenado a 2 años de libertad condicional y 200 horas de servicio comunitario, tras mantener supuestamente una relación con una menor de edad.
When I was 11, I learned that my aunt had a mutual friend who knew the defendant. That led to my aunt taking me to meet him for the first time in 2014 when I was 12. When I was 13, I went to him for boy advice. He told me that I was beautiful and that boys were stupid at the age of 14. He told me that he couldn't believe how much I had grown since he last saw me. He said that I wasn't little anymore and I was, quote, a woman now. But at 15, he started sending me messages about how, quote, hot I was. In the summer of 2017, I messaged him, telling him that I was going to see him in concert in the following months. He replied by telling me that he couldn't wait to see me. Not too long after that, his messages to me became blatantly sexual. This eventually led to many months of inappropriate messages and photos being exchanged over Instagram and Snapchat. The photos exchanged included photos of my body and photos of his body and his genitals. On December 1st, 2017, my aunt took me to the Odeon Concert Club to watch him perform. That night, the defendant took me backstage to be alone with him. He started kissing me, and the night ended in him having me perform oral sex on him twice.
And that's what was really cool about what my show did, as opposed to what I've heard on other shows, was they just immediately put a pause and then waited for me to heal and get better.
But you were mid-season recording.
We were right in the middle of season 3.
Por otro lado, su regreso a la primera plana de la actualidad ha llevado al artista a pronunciarse sobre la condena que recibió en 2021, a raíz de una supuesta relación de índole sexual con una joven de 15 años. La presunta víctima denunció lo ocurrido tras percatarse de que, lejos de ser su héroe, Drake Bell no era más que un que le había arruinado la vida, según el testimonio que ofreció en los juzgados.
I mean, here's the thing, man. I don't have anything against Justin Bieber, all right? Here's what happened. I tweeted out a picture of him that was a retweet. Like, I retweeted a picture, that's all I did. And for the past, 2.5 years, everyone's wanted me to, die, who's a believer, which is crazy. And so it's really the fan base that really is kind of crazy. I have nothing against the kid. I mean, whatever. It's just not my cup of tea.
En un principio, el actor rechazó tajantemente los 3 cargos que se le imputaron. El primero le atribuía la responsabilidad de haber puesto en peligro la integridad física y moral de una menor, al haber enviado presuntamente a la chica imágenes y videos de fuerte carga sexual. Asimismo, se le acusó formalmente de este último delito ligado a un supuesto encuentro íntimo con la adolescente tras un concierto en Cleveland. El artista se declaró culpable del primero de los cargos, por lo que se le impuso una pena de 2 años de libertad condicional y 200 horas de servicio comunitario, mientras que fue absuelto de los otros 2.
How do you plead to count one? Attempted endangering children, felony of the 4th degree.
Guilty.
How do you plead to count two? Disseminating matter harmful to juveniles, 1st degree misdemeanor.
Guilty.
Let the record reflect defendant has pled guilty. The court accepts that plea. Finding was made knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently.
No obstante, Drake Bell ha insistido ahora en su completa inocencia y explicó los motivos de su autoinculpación.
So I had ended up getting in a little bit of trouble because of these text messages. But that's all it was. It was just just some text messages. And well, when you go and you look me up and you see the reports, I mean, it's like I was sending nudes and I was getting inappropriate pictures, and I was physical with this person at a concert, or that person at a concert, or I did this and that, and none of that was the case. And it was all investigated in my case, through witnesses and for digital forensics. They'd taken my phones and subpoenaed my Instagrams and social media and all that, and everything that was said came up false.
Me declaré culpable porque económicamente estaba devastado y no quería que mi familia tuviera que soportar todo eso, confesó en su paso por el podcast Not Skinny But Not Fat. El artista se remite a su versión inicial de los hechos, en la que sostenía que nunca supo que su interlocutora era menor de edad. Además, Drake Bell recordó que nunca se pudo probar la teoría de que había enviado a la joven material gráfico inapropiado. Solo respondí a algunos mensajes privados. Fui un irresponsable por meterme en una conversación que nunca debería haber ocurrido. Al final todo derivó en acusaciones que no eran ciertas y escapó a mi control, subraya.
This is what a trial is going to look like. You're going to go, it's going to be 2 or 3 weeks. My wife and I just had a son. So they're like, your son's going to be sitting behind you watching this happen, and the media is going to twist it any way they want that's going to make it the most clickable as possible. And it's going to be every day. People are going to be watching what's happening every day. And anybody is going to be able to say anything they want on the stand, whether it's true or not. And unfortunately, we see guilty people walk away and innocent people go to jail every day.
Yeah.
And I just looked at them and I was like, what? Well, what's the other option? So the other option is you take responsibility for this here and what you did here. You take responsibility for that, and we charge you. You'll get, probation, community service, and you won't miss a day in California with your son. And I said, I'll take the one where I don't miss a day in California with my.
La menor aseguró que le practicó al famoso y que la única razón por la que las cosas no fueron más allá fue porque estaba menstruada.
On December 1st, 2017, my aunt took me to the Odeon Concert Club to watch him perform. That night, the defendant took me backstage to be alone with him. He started kissing me, and the night ended in him having me perform oral sex on him twice.
También indicó que Drake Bell ha expresado con humor su situación legal y que no tiene ni una pizca de remordimiento, de acuerdo con las versiones que arrojaron medios locales en Estados Unidos. Es malvado, dijo la joven durante la sentencia del lunes por la mañana. Drake Bell es un y ese es su legado, fue la tajante opinión de su víctima según la prensa del condado.
But at 15, he started sending me messages about how, quote, hot I was. In the summer of 2017, I messaged him, telling him that I was going to see him in concert in the following months. He replied by telling me that he couldn't wait to see me.
Su posición y estatus de celebridad le permitió nutrir esta relación, pudo tener acceso a esta menor y ganarse la confianza de ella. Fue uno de los argumentos del juez McCormick. Los cargos que dictaminaron sentencia del famoso son los siguientes: intento de poner en peligro a los niños, considerado grave en Estados Unidos. También difundir material perjudicial para los menores, delito menor.
How do you plead to count 1? Attempted endangering children, felony of the 4th degree.
Guilty.
How do you plead to count 2? Disseminating matter harmful to juveniles, 1st degree misdemeanor.
Drake Bell ya había sido condenado en 2015 por conducir bajo los efectos del alcohol. Y el pasado verano, su exnovia Melissa Lingafeld lo acusó en redes sociales de abuso durante los años de relación que compartieron entre 2006 y 2008. Unas alegaciones que el actor negó tajantemente. En abril de 2023, su entonces esposa, Janet Bones Mellin, le pidió el divorcio y la custodia de su hijo en común, Jeremy, poco después de que Drake Bell fuera localizado por la policía tras 2 días desaparecido. El incidente se vinculó posteriormente a una fuerte discusión entre la pareja. En cualquier caso, un juez ordenó una evaluación psicológica exhaustiva para el artista.
And another, bummer is, I know I'm vague about it, but because I just haven't really found the time or the place or been comfortable enough to discuss really what I've gone through in Hollywood and my story. But being labeled these things that I've been called in these past, couple years, it's really hard.